Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Hi team, today we're talking Naz Reid. Now recently on X there has been the idea floating around of Naz Reid possibly coming to the Spurs. It all started with this tweet by the Dunk Central. Naz Reid is expected to opt out of his contract this summer and enter free agency per Jake L. Fisher. Reid, who is the league's reigning sixth man of the year for a few more months, possesses a $15 million player option in 25-26 that many of those same strategists expect he'll decline in search of a richer arrangement in this summer. And honestly, that's kind of a good move by Naz Reid. You're the reigning sixth man of the year. You have a player option, so why not opt out and get a bigger deal and prioritize stability along with a bigger contract? And let me just say, I know there are going to be a lot of teams going after Naz Reid, especially the Timberwolves. You don't want to lose Naz Reid after just losing Karl-Anthony Towns, so I don't know how much they're willing to give him, but then they also got to pay Nickeil Alexander-Walker, so it's just going to be interesting to see what transpires this offseason, and let me know what y'all think. Are the Spurs going to go after Naz Reid or not? So here's another post by the Dunk Central. If Naz Reid doesn't remain with the Timberwolves, then the San Antonio Spurs are the favorites to land him, and you have the Spurs down here at plus 400, followed by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And so although the odds are just the odds, like it doesn't mean that the Spurs are actually going to pursue him, or even if Naz Reid is interested in the Spurs, it's just cool to see that the Spurs are at the top of this list, and people could possibly see the pairing with Wemby and Naz Reid. That would be a flashy front court, and they will put on a show every night. But what does carry a little bit of substance is this post right here. Shout out to Josh810. Y'all go ahead and give him a follow. Jake Fisher's latest says the Spurs were hoping for Naz Reid or Brook Lopez in July 23 as a floor spacing center to pair with Wembanyama. When that didn't work out, that assignment ultimately went to the Cincy trade Zach Collins. I don't know what exactly this means right here. I don't know if I'm a little slow, but I can't understand this sentence. I don't know why. So this is interesting. This is before Naz Reid's Sixth Man of the Year season. So he was not a free agent, so that means that the Spurs had to have called the Timberwolves and see if he was available for trade. Obviously that didn't go down, as well as Brook Lopez, which I was open to seeing that. Victor Wembanyama and Brook Lopez would have been a fun duo. They're both dominant defensively and they could stretch out the floor, so that would have been pretty cool. But this makes me wonder, will the Spurs pursue Naz Reid? And that also brings up the question, like, what happens to Sochan? Because do you want him coming off the bench or do you want him still in that starting role? Would you rather have Naz Reid be the sixth man? I think Naz Reid would be open to being a sixth man. I feel like he wouldn't have to start. I mean, after all, he is a sixth man of the year. I think him moving teams would have to do with him just wanting more money. So leave a comment down below. What would y'all rather have? Would y'all rather have Sochan and Wemby with Naz Reid off the bench, or Naz and Wemby with Sochan off the bench? Leave it down below in the comment section. Taking a look at his stats, he's got the nicknames up here. Big Jelly in 2 words. I don't know if it's 2 words. Big Jelly, but who knows? So this season, he's averaging 15 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. He is 6'9", so he's about the size of a power forward. He would be an undersized center. But then again, if you have Naz Reid coming off the bench being your backup center, I think that covers the hole for the backup center position, and then you wouldn't have to draft one. So it would be interesting, kind of like 2 birds in 1 stone, because he can shoot the ball. He's currently shooting 40% from 3, which is almost the best on our team, and then he shot 41% last season, and he shoots a lot of attempts. He shoots 5.6 attempts per game. Like I said, he is undersized, so I mean, he's not going to get you 10 rebounds a game, only 6, but that's not bad. It's serviceable. Along with, if you pair him with Sochan, who's a good rebounder, I think that will kind of make up for Naz Reid not being a great rebounder. And I'm not going to lie, I don't tune into many Timberwolves games, so I don't know what his defense is like. If y'all do know, leave it down below in the comments section. And of course, he has the Sixth Man of the Year from last season. And let's look at his playoff stats. So in the playoffs, his points per game did drop a little bit, along with his rebounds and assists. To be honest, everything really dropped. He was only shooting 36% from 3-point range. But I'm going to give him a pass because this was his first playoff experience where he's a solidified piece of the core. You know, they really rely on Naz Reid over there. Maybe it could have been some butterflies, or maybe it was just a bad run for him, but who knows? We're going to give him a pass for this. So taking a look at some NBA player contracts to kind of estimate what Naz Reid is going to get paid, let's just take a scroll down. At number 41, you got De'Aaron Fox, and if you ask me, this is a pretty good contract. I mean, he's better than the 41st best player in the league. Ahead of him, you had players like Fred VanVleet, Lauri Markkanen. Ben Simmons is still getting paid $40 million. Jeez. Michael Porter Jr. So I'd say he's definitely on a team-friendly contract contract, getting paid around the same as Desmond Bane. So if you scroll down a little bit, you got DeJounte Murray right here. Shout out to DeJounte. But then you also have Devin Vassell getting paid $29 million, $27 on a descending contract. But let me know how y'all feel about this Devin Vassell contract. We just made that video about Devin Vassell a couple days ago, but I will still say that I think this is a good contract. I mean, he's getting paid around Drew Holiday money, Isaiah Hartenstein, Emmanuel Quickley, who, oh man, that's a hefty contract for Emmanuel Quickley, Julius Randle, CJ McCollum. So I think he's paid pretty fairly. This Tyler Hero contract is pretty good. He was just an all-star. But let me know y'all's thoughts on his contract. And so if you keep scrolling, scroll down a little bit more, you have Naz Reid down here getting paid $13 million, $15 million next season, but he's going to opt out of that. Let's go ahead and scroll up and see where we could see Naz Reid possibly getting paid. After looking at it, I think he's definitely going to get paid less than the players in this bracket right here where Devin Vassell's at, but I think he will be right in here. Jalen Brunson, only $24 million. You have Jaden McDaniels, you have Mikal Bridges, DeMar DeRozan, Draymond Green. So one of the best six men in the game. I would be open to paying him somewhere with around here. Anywhere from $20 million to $25 million is where I could see him getting paid yearly. I know that sounds like a hefty price to pay, but he is only 25 years old. He has a lot of room to grow his game. On top of that, he's one of the best six men in the game today, so I could possibly be open to it. The real question is, would y'all be open to it? Leave y'all's thoughts down below in the comments section, and y'all give me y'all's estimate of what y'all think Naz Reid will sign for. With that being said, man, y'all be sure to leave a like, comment y'all's thoughts down below, and be sure to subscribe to Spurs Spotlight. We're gonna keep the bangers coming out around here, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that. But with that being said, it's been your boy Chris, and I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.